coach for the Bears in the 1980s.
I take that as a compliment. Defensive-minded, hard-nosed defense. We got the big interior, good linebackers, solid safety.
Like you brought the pound of brewski and some sausage.
I don't know what I'm doing. This is not the intro. Oh gosh. I didn't have a comeback player of the year. I had a surprising player. It's someone that Carrie's gonna like.
Bad taste.
Wow.
Sam Darnold. I think Sam Darnold
Jesus
is
Christ.
going to have a great year in Minnesota.
What did he come back from? Sucking?
He's in on Will Levis like he was in on Daniel Jones. It's okay.
I've never been on Daniel Jones that much.
Zach Carey! Don't like
My goodness. I supported that guy like 3 years ago.
Dude.
And the last one.
Oh, how soon they forget.
Or no?
I don't know. I just like the music idea. Also,
music idea is good.
Zach, we're having in-game interviews.
Yeah, and I've talked it over. We have a tripod that I showed you guys last week that you thought was not a tripod. You thought was something.
Well, you held it upside down, so.
Okay, that was an error on me, but it wasn't tripod. You only thought it was that if you already knew what that was beforehand. Coming into the podcast, you had to know what a dildo was in order to. Anyways.
And Purely fans.
So yeah, we're gonna have
on YouTube.
Speaking of which, we found out earlier. If you're wondering what we found out earlier is that Trevor likes getting pegged. Welcome back to another episode of the Beerly Football Podcast. It's about football, but Beerly. I'm your host, Zachary Smith. Join me as always are my two very good friends and groomsmen. And we have now shared a weekend together, celebrating the life and love that three friends share in Valdosta.
That was very gay sounding.
Beerly Trev Scott and Peerly Carey. How we doing tonight, boys?
So good. Memories that will last a lifetime. I think I left a pair of pants in that pool, man. I think I really did.
That's really
in that pool. I think we all left a lot in that pool.
Trevor's
well,
still
everyone but me did, for sure.
Trevor, where's my $10?
It's coming, man. It's coming. It should be there almost.
Yeah, after the Florida Gators, just disaster.
We didn't get to talk about that last week.
Oh, man. But it's good
Trevor,
to be back.
It was just a slaughter. It wasn't even close. The Gators they're cooked.
Hey, they beat the Bulldogs last week.
We did. We beat the Bulldogs.
That's
also,
something.
We made a quarterback change, man. So
Mertz is starting next week, by the way.
Oh, was that for injury or just
he was out for
injury.
Concussion. But
let Lagway start.
True.
How
are you doing, Zach? What are you up to?
I'm doing good, man. I'm just chilling. Been working a lot lately. So
Carey, why are you so tired, man? You look dead up there.
I'm very tired.
We need to wake up because we got 2 weeks of college football to talk about and 1 week of NFL action to talk about. It's a Beerly Football Podcast, so you know what that means. We got to talk about what beers we're drinking. And we're going to start with the top right. That's Carey.
That is me. You know, it is fall season. I went to Trader Joe's yesterday, and there's literally pumpkin, like, everything there. There's, like, pumpkin ice cream. There's, like, pumpkin cookies. There's, like, pumpkin bacon. Literally anything pumpkin. I was looking for pumpkin spaghetti. I didn't see it, but they got everything pumpkin there.
It's probably out there somewhere.
So speaking of that, I got a New Belgium Atomic Pumpkin, a special spicy release. Fall season's cooking up. It's September. Football's back. Got to go with fall pumpkin.
If you are close to a Bonefish Grill, they actually have a pumpkin pasta. So
it's very good. Solid pumpkin beer, 6.4%. You really taste the pumpkin in the aftertaste.
Oh yeah.
It's also a very cool can.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Trevor, what are you drinking tonight?
Don't ask me why, because I don't know. Having a Reds Wicked, 8%. I don't know, man.
You feeling wicked tonight?
No, I don't. I really don't want to drink this. I got a couple other options I could. Got like a coconut seltzer and a bottle of Cabernet, but something will get me twisted.
All right. And because I'm a Jags fan, we're walking with a Coors Banquet, but it's only the bottom half of the bottle because we really only need the first half.
Yep.
That's cute.
So, shout out to first half. Who needs the second half? You know.
The second half really doesn't matter anyways, as long as the first half of it was good.
As long as you don't have 37 passing yards in the second half, you'll be good.
Poor Jags fan. Poor Jags fan.
Should we start
I
with
think the
calling?
first half is actually the better of the two. Honestly, this tastes great.
That's good.
So, but before we get into NFL action, let's do a quick recap of everything that's happened the past 2 weeks in college football. Obviously,
I just want to say, Notre Dame. What happened?
as someone that hates Notre Dame, that was one of my favorite things to ever witness. So,
That's
shout out to
unbelievable.
Northern Illinois. You just gained a new fan. I might buy some Northern Illinois merch now.
Northern Illinois is a new one.
I don't know why people like Riley Leonard at Duke last year. He literally was just Daniel Jones, and everybody thought he was going to be great at Notre Dame. He sucks.
He was fine at Duke. Wasn't he a runner too last year?
That was it. He could run.
But like
Terrible
you're
this year.
okay at a school like Duke, and then people would think you're okay. But if you're just okay at like a top 5, top 10 school, you kind of got exposed. And
He might not
I think
even.
that Northern Illinois had to do it. But
He might not even be better than that Asian guy.
Quarterbacks in the transfer portal. DJU at Florida State has been a problem for the Noles as they have fallen to 0-2 in week 1. So after week 1, they fell to 0-2. So not a great start for the Seminoles. They
that
lost
guy has to eat dog
College
poop out of
and
a
Georgia
cup.
Tech.
That guy has to eat dog poop out of a cup.
Yeah, we got it. First
I don't
off,
think it ever
I think
happened.
we can all agree the guy has to eat dog shit.
Definitely.
He said he would do it. Do it.
Yeah, do it. Cheers,
Is-
Esai. How we doing tonight, buddy? But
Is
yeah,
DJ
no, that guy definitely needs to eat the dog crap.
Is Ugalagalaga, whatever his name, is he like the worst quarterback in all of like professional sports right now? 'Cause
Well, it's not professional sports, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's
No,
pretty
he's not the
bad.
worst quarterback.
he's pretty bad, man.
He's pretty bad. I don't think he's the worst.
I'm gonna
Shout
call
out
him
to
the
Texas A&M, another quarterback who has had some struggles.
worst. He had a better game last week though. I don't think they played
Who's at
anybody.
Texas A&M?
Weidman. I think
Oh.
his name.
We got the
But-
Gators going.
Yeah, he looked
into-
terrible against Notre Dame, and then Northern Illinois went out there and
Speaking of Eastside,
so
Texas demolishing Michigan last weekend.
Yeah.
Texas is ready.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they might be. I'm calling it now. I'm calling a Texas Georgia championship.
I'm gonna say this, okay? Eastside, I don't want you to be mad at me. Watching the game, I think it's more of a reflection about how bad Michigan is than a reflection of how great Texas is.
Well, so how many teams make the playoff this year?
12.
And we had a bad Michigan team in the top 10. I think Texas is as much as a lock as you can give anybody this early in the season.
I mean,
for the
Florida State
playoff.
was also preseason top 10. So was Notre Dame.
True.
True, but I mean,
Yeah, I
Texas
saw
at least
people-
it looks good.
I saw people thought Notre Dame was going to go undefeated this year with their easy schedule. I don't think so.
That's crazy.
That Michigan offense just fell off though. Like,
Yeah,
their
they didn't have anything. Their run game was non-existent. It didn't look like they trusted their quarterback to throw the ball. And when he did, he wasn't that good. Although he did hit his passing yards over. Won me $60. Shout out to that guy.
I feel
Warren
like
Morris.
they didn't lose a whole lot. Like obviously they lost Harbaugh and McCarthy, but like they kept a lot of their same guys from last year.
Not really.
I thought
Yeah.
they lost a lot on defense.
They lost
Who's the
last year, I believe at the start of the season, every starting offensive lineman had played at least 50 downs, had started at least 50 games. And then this year they had to replace like 3 or 4 of their starting 5 offensive linemen, I believe. I think that was one of the stats I saw during the game. I could be wrong, but
They also lost their wide receiver one, their running back one.
who's their wide
their
receiver?
quarterback.
Roman
Their
Wilson.
head coach, their
Oh,
defensive
yeah.
coordinator.
Let's
I
call
mean,
it
that's a lot of
Edwardsville.
turnover. That's a lot of
That's
turnover
defensive.
for a college program.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to rank them that high preseason just because they were the national champions, I think. But I think it's pretty clear that this is a much worse Michigan football team than we saw last year.
Oh, 100%.
I was going to say, Colorado. Is this
Wow.
over? Honestly. You guys see the thing about, like, Dion only wants him to play Shador's rap song whenever he scores and not, like...
Was that real?
Yeah.
That's funny. That song is not that good. It's kind of catchy, though.
I know who else was playing Shador's rap song after the game. The Nebraska
That was
Cornhuskers.
hard. That was nice. I like that. You know, I'm all for him rapping and, you know, putting the watches on and showing it off. But when you get beat like that, that's what college football is all about. Put it right back in his face. Pause.
And I tweeted this over the weekend. I think Deion Sanders is a terrible football coach.
Yeah.
I don't think it's debatable at this point.
I think Shador Sanders is also a terrible leaver. Who calls out your offensive line? Blames everything on the offensive line. That's a terrible teammate. You think they want to go protect you next game when he blames everything on you? Yeah, the line could be better. You don't call out your whole line. Take some of the blame yourself.
Well, especially on that pick six. I mean, that's just a bad – well, number one, it's a bad play call. But number two, it's a bad throw. You just can't throw that ball. A far side of the field hitch route late, that's 6 all day.
You can't beat Mahomes 2.0. You can't.
He's the only one in that parlay that didn't hit.
Really?
Yeah. Because they were up by so much, they just ran the ball the entire second half.
He's a true freshman, right?
I have no idea.
Is he?
I think he is. Because he, like, committed to, like, Georgia, and he switched to there. I don't know who – he's got to be the first one to ever go to Nebraska over Georgia.
I remember some people transferring out and going to Nebraska a couple years ago. I couldn't
Well,
tell.
that Matt Rule, man, he's going to make them Cornhuskers natty champion.
Yeah, Matt Rule is cool. Matt Rule is a college coach, man. He's a
You know
great
what's
coach.
nuts? He's
What?
born in 2005.
Who?
That feels like 10 years ago, dude.
Yeah, I
Rule?
know. Oh, yeah. No, Danny Ariola.
The quarterback.
Yeah,
He's born
no,
in
it's weird.
2005.
Now
That's
that I'm this
weird.
old, if I call these guys kids, like this kid's got to get better, and I actually that actually makes sense for me to say that.
Unfortunately, it does.
Just turned 27, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. All our audience has to sing "Happy Birthday, Zach" now.
You don't have to. It's fine.
Let me see if there's any games you want to predict this week. Dude, Miami up to 10, Zach. You
Yeah.
like that?
I love it. We're
Every
cooking,
number
brother.
10 has lost. Every team who has sat at number 10 has lost. Who's Miami
yeah.
play this week?
Ball State. There's no real great college games this week. There's only 1-2 ranked teams going, so let's give it a shot. 24 BC takes on number 6 Missouri. Anybody want to take the underdog?
I'll take
No.
Mizzou.
I'm taking Mizzou. Sorry, Boston College. It was fun while it lasted, but you beat a fraudulent Florida State team. Absolutely fraudulent Florida State team. I
How
don't
about
think
that?
Boston College is a bad team. I think Bill O'Brien's a pretty decent head coach for a college program. But like they actually don't have a deep passing game. And I think in college you have to have that.
How can Tyler Van Dyke in Washington upset Alabama, Zach?
You mean Wisconsin?
Yeah,
No.
whatever.
Tyler Van Dyke's going to throw 4 interceptions. Actually, judging by how they played him last week, he's going to throw 12 passes.
And this is like the battle between good and evil, according to Zach. Notre Dame and Purdue.
Go Purdue, please! Please! If Purdue beats Notre Dame, I will buy another piece of Purdue gear. I already have a hoodie. I'll buy a hat.
Yeah, so not much for picking this week. We did have pick 'em last week for NFL, though.
We
Our
did.
first
Did not
Here.
win.
Yeah, you did.
Me and
No, I
Zach
didn't.
actually. Me and Zach went 2-1. Kerry went 1-2.
Also, I don't know. Zach gave us a different prediction than what he said on Twitter.
But whatever he said in the group chat. What did he say
Yeah.
on Twitter?
He's picked the Jets on Twitter, but he said the Niners in the group chat.
Oh,
So
really?
we'll count the Niners, but I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah, I guess we'll honor.
I don't know what I was doing either.
Yes, this is
I didn't think the Jets were good coming into this year. I don't know why I would have picked them on Twitter. Twitter's crazy, man. Can't believe everything you see.
Twitter is insane.
Speaking of that, we have our weekly pick'em game with all our Twitter followers. Our first game of the season, we had 18 winners. We post every Friday. Follow us at Twitter at Beerly Football. Get all
They
three
were
right.
all
Check them
Steelers
out.
fans.
There was a lot of Steelers fans because they're about the only ones picking. A lot of people at Atlanta. That was scary. I feel like the other two, everybody pretty much got except for me and Jets fan. All right, our week one pick'em winners. Congrats to you all. At LSU WCD 2016, Joel, a vintage toy collector. At Harlem 51, he's from Maryland. At Lakowski Lane, Chiefs fan. At C. Joseph Wright, former litigation lawyer. Trevor, you'll probably need him one day. At PFOTS 51, USMC veteran. At Frank Bohannon 6,
Shout out to the Marines, baby.
Fan. Jake _ PSP, Steelers and WV fan, West Virginia fan. At TSam102R, Pokemon fan. At Mark _
Shout out to
Mikowski,
Pikachu.
loves all Wisconsin sports. At TP Jaxo.
I feel bad for you, man.
I know. TP Jaxo, he does not like Trump. He's probably watching the debate right now, not our show. At Patrick D.
I didn't even know
McGuire,
there was a
too.
debate on.
There is. Former Royals bat boy, Patrick McGuire, too. At Bang Bills X, host of the Undercovers pod. At Beecham Scott, Steeler and Orioles fan. At Thomas M _ author of 7 books. That's a lot. At Derek 722001, Dolphins fan. At Cheese Daddy 62, honorary Spartan. At Big Jumbo, Kazu loves music and 49ers. And our last winner, a Beerly legend, at Postgrad Phil.
Shout out
Host
to
of the
Phil.
Beerly Hockey
Shout out
Podcast.
to Phil.
Shout out to Phil. All right. So, Trevor, what we got for week 2?
I don't know if you guys have looked at the NFL schedule for week 2, but there is probably 2 good games, counting Thursday night football, and that's never a pick 'em because we put it out on Friday. But shout out to Bills at Dolphins Thursday night football.
You want
So, if you guys, I'm up for some suggestions because this schedule's really bad. I for
Me
sure
too,
have the
Esai,
Bengals
me
and
too.
Chiefs up there. But
Do you guys want to pick the game just for fun?
Which game?
The Dolphins Bills.
Oh,
Not
easy.
a Dolphins, but
Easily the Bills.
I'll take the Dolphins.
I'm taking the Dolphins, unfortunately.
That's
Because I'm just hoping I'll be proven wrong, honestly. But I always stay safe. It's the Dolphins in September. I play it safe. We know they won't win in December or November.
What do you guys say we kick it off with Giants Commanders?
Oh God! Oh God, no. Are we assuming they're not going to make a change at quarterback in New York mid-game?
Whatever's gonna happen Sunday. We gotta.
Jeez. Give me the Commanders. Jay Daniels gets his first win, I guess. I don't know.
Not you, Kerry.
They looked relatively competent offensively, I guess, kind of at points.
On offense, yes, but defense. Oh my! This is a good one, Trevor. The Giants looked terrible on offense and defense. The Commanders looked okay on offense and terrible on defense. So I'll go with the team that at least looked okay in something. I'll go with the Commanders also.
I'm also gonna go with the Commanders. No chance I'm picking the Giants there. So the last game we'll do the Chiefs and the Bengals, but the second game, should we do Browns Jags or Bucks Lions?
I feel like Browns Jags more even.
It's a harder game to pick.
I feel like would everybody take the Lions? I feel like maybe Trevor would take the Bucks.
I'd take
Bucks,
the Lions.
Bucks are playing without Winfield.
Yeah, let's do the Browns Jags.
I'll go Jags. Knock it off. Start it off on the right foot. I'll take the Jags.
Zach?
It better be the Jags.
Yeah, Yeah, some hangman vibes.
You know what? I'm down 1. I'll go with the Browns. I think the Jags will win, but they need to pick up a point, so I'm going Browns.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's how you go down too.
I think probably true.
And then 4:25, we got a banger. There's actually a few good games in the 4 o'clock window. Actually, no, there's not. There's 2. Bengals at Chiefs. Joe Shiesty going to Kansas City.
Yeah, take away his nickname. Jaguar.
He's a Marshall Mathers one.
Joe Burr, because he's cold as fuck.
Will anybody take the Bengals?
Nope.
No.
Really?
Why would I take the Bengals?
Who would take the Bengals? They lost to the Patriots. Oh, goodness.
Dude, you could not. I wonder what are the odds on the Patriots money line prior to yesterday?
Well, I guess it was the
Probably
6th.
pretty good.
It was the biggest upset in NFL Week 1 in like 6 years. But I would have taken that up because like the Bengals start every season slow when you think about it.
Yeah, a little bit. They look bad. I mean,
Patriots
bad.
shocked me.
Joe Burrow.
We do a
looks
different
hurt.
game. I mean,
Go
there's
for
also Rams Cardinals. Yeah, the schedule is terrible this week. Colts Packers would have been fun, but we're not seeing.
What's the Monday night game, Trevor?
The Monday night game is Falcons Eagles.
I feel like the Cardinals Packers isn't bad.
No, it's the Colts Packers.
Colts Packers.
That's Willis starting.
Yeah.
Raiders.
I guess we'll
Yeah.
just stick with Bengals Chiefs.
What about Steelers Broncos?
I feel like you would definitely
Falcons
pick the Steelers.
Eagles Monday Night Football is criminal. Yeah, well,
I like it. I don't mind.
we
Believe
sent.
it.
Wait, isn't it Giants Panthers in Germany or something like that?
That's in like 4
Yeah.
weeks.
I know, but still, that's
11.
crazy.
Germany should be forgiven for all their crimes after having this game. Like,
Yeah, they should be allowed to have an army again. Like,
God, that is gonna be a game.
what's
So
the
we're
over
still-
under in that one? I want
Like 12. Trevor, we sticking with that, or
Yeah, let's just stick with KC.
or you want to do Seahawks Patriots?
I mean, we could do that too if you want. I'll take Seattle.
It's in New England.
in New England Seahawks.
I'll take the Patriots. This
What
was a
about
little
you?
more even. So Trevor Seahawks.
I'm gonna take. I think this is gonna end up playing a lot like the Broncos game. I'm gonna take the Seahawks.
All right. So you guys have
That's how you go down 3.
Yeah.
yeah, you guys same 3 for the second straight week.
Yo, you know how like on these graphics there's like one player, like a featured player in the background in the smoke? Who do you even put out of these teams? Miles
Jaden-
Garrett? Maybe?
Jaden Daniels,
Jaden Daniels, I guess. Let's see.
Daniel
Right.
Jones.
You put T-Law, baby.
Yeah, there's a guy.
Yeah, I'll put a Jag. I'll put ETN.
Brian Thomas Sr., Jr., whatever it is.
Do we want to get into last week, into some week one? I got
Yeah,
some
let's talk
more
some week
fun
one.
ones.
Let's talk some week one.
We started off with a banger of a game, AFC Championship rematch. Came down to the wire. It was a late game. Got pushed back a little bit because of some weather at the beginning. But yeah, went right down to the wire. Ravens at Chiefs. That was a blessing just to kick the season off with that game. Both offenses played well. I thought Lamar looked amazing. And I think this
What
was
game
the
did
best
you
game.
watch?
Huh?
Lamar didn't look amazing.
Why? What the heck?
Did you watch him throwing?
I mean, he missed some throws, but he looked
He
fine.
missed a lot of throws. He was great on the ground.
Everybody missed throws this week.
Not Baker Mayfield or Josh Allen
It's not Baker
or
Mayfield.
Derek Carr or Sam Darnold.
No,
Shout out to
Baker.
Sam
And
Darnold.
also, none of them played the Chiefs at home. He looked amazing against the Chiefs at home in a night game.
Their
He
run
didn't
game
look
did.
amazing. He didn't look
And
amazing.
passing.
You didn't look amazing, Trevor.
Yes, he
You're
did.
just a Lamar Dick Rider, as always.
That's not true. That's not true.
Yes,
He
it
played the
is.
best. He played
He
one of the
played-
best defenses.
He played fine.
Played okay.
Mahomes was fine too. He wasn't that good.
I agree.
Also, what happened to Derrick Henry, Trevor? You're all hyped up after you got a touchdown, and then he did absolutely nothing the rest of the night. Was it just one game?
It's obviously going to take some time to figure some things out. I think part 3, the Ravens win it. If it's this year in the playoffs, I think the Ravens, this loss must have pissed them off so much. I think this is going to be the best thing for them. And if there's a part 3 in this year's playoffs, I think the Ravens will take it.
Also,
Finally.
we spent so many weeks this offseason telling Trevor over and over the Ravens O-line was going to be an issue. Ravens
Yeah.
O-line. And look, it was an issue.
Procedurally,
Okay,
Turtle
which was
was
bullshit, by the way. I would like to
What?
point that out. Holy shit. 3 times in the first drive and then just not called for the rest of week 1. And there were
Yeah,
guys
that's weird.
lined up for the Bucks. I was watching the whole game. The tackles were lined up 2 yards in the backfield. I don't ever like talking about refs, but that was strange.
There was a ton of penalties in the Packers-Eagles game, too.
yeah,
It was, yeah.
Those first 2 games, it was all over the place.
But the way they called it in the Ravens game, it was like they were really going to crack down on it this year. But I don't know. That was odd.
I
But
saw
it
a
was
couple
it was
of
a
them.
classic.
No, I didn't. Never mind. Hold on. I'm just thinking about the Ravens game. There's so many in that one.
He's still in shock from the Jaguars. Sadly.
Facts.
That was a tough one. Do we
I'll
have
say-
anything to say about Packers Eagles? Sounds like
Who decided to let them play on that field? That field was awful.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Yeah, that was a quarterback's nightmare, dude.
Like, neither quarterback looked good in that game, but I can't blame them. That was a terrible field.
Yeah,
Zach did not like Jordan Love at that game at all.
he looked like he is who I thought he was.
It was all right.
He missed some throws, but it was
He
a
missed
terrible
But
some
game.
everybody
throws.
missed throws in week 1, dude.
Except for Derek Carr and Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield and Josh
Shout out to
Allen.
Sam Darnold, by the way. What a pick for comeback
Okay,
player of the
Sam
year.
Darnold, man.
They didn't play nobody.
12 of 12, though, man.
Who was
Sam
12-12?
Sam Darnold started 12 for 12.
That's nice, man. That was like watching Baker settle in. I know they played Washington, but man, that was a good game to watch. I almost went to that game too. Tickets were $30.
That was a boring game to go to, honestly.
There was nothing else good on at 4:00. I should have just went to the Bucks game.
Yeah, there really wasn't.
It was Chargers,
Yeah.
Raiders, Cowboys, Browns, Bucks,
Gosh,
Commanders.
Chargers Raiders was hard to watch.
Hey, but if Justin Herbert's going to succeed, this is how they're going to do it. Run first, don't make him do anything. He just game managed that game.
Yeah,
And their defense, it was the Raiders, but their defense looked pretty good. Their run game was good.
Gardner Minshew looked bad.
He looked okay.
It's Aiden O'Connell's team. Like he's not the offense.
Neither.
No, I didn't.
It is Shador, Sander, or Carson Beck's team, bud.
Nah, it's Dak's team, brother.
Nah, really.
Dak
They
is
just signed him
Dak.
to a 4-year, like $800 million deal.
They're gonna trade him.
What?
Yeah, no shot, dude.
I don't
The
think that's-
Cowboys have hitched their wagon to that sinking ship. Okay.
That was a boring. I thought that would be a better game. Cowboys Browns.
Yeah, but
Big
but-
Ray decided to not play football, I guess.
Kerry, one more thing I wanted to say about the Packers and Eagles game, that Friday night game in Brazil. The Eagles O-line, they look good though, right? They look
No,
good.
I was can I almost say though, the tush push did not look as strong.
no,
Did you
dude.
notice that? There was a couple times that they didn't get it without Kelsey.
But still, the
Kelsey's a
O-line
good
overall
center,
looked
man.
good.
He's only like 6'2". You can get low on those DTs.
Yeah, and Saquon had a great debut.
Yeah, Saquon looked great. Jalen Hurts, 3 turnovers, shocker. But it was the
That
field.
fumble was not on him, bro.
Those 2 interceptions were.
That's life.
Yeah, and the Josh Allen. You always talk about Josh Allen's turnovers. Hurts is 3
Well,
times
that
the
was so
turnovers.
funny.
right
I
now.
tweeted like 5 minutes into the game, has Josh Allen turned it over yet? And like 5 plays later, he turned it over.
And then he had like 4 straight touchdowns and like didn't throw an incompletion. And
Yeah, I have him on a fantasy team. That was a nice little present for me.
Josh Allen was your daddy this week. The season's so early.
No, he was not. No, he was not.
Yes, he was.
No, he was not.
He was your daddy.
Let me tell you why.
Okay, tell us why.
Carey,
Can't think of a reason.
Carey said the Bills are the 8th best team in the NFL. Carey said the Cardinals are the 27th best team in the NFL, and it was a shootout.
Cardinals have a great offense.
They
Their
look
defense, their defense looked like the 34th best defense in the NFL.
And when the 6th best quarterback in the NFL plays against the 27th best team, he's going to have a good game. He didn't shut me up. I knew he was going to play well.
It's also week 1. You just said everybody's not good week 1. It's what you literally just said.
That's not what I said. I said everybody missed throws. Josh Allen missed throws.
He had, what, 3 incompletions?
Still missed throws, man. Everybody missed throws. And he didn't even throw that much.
He was
He
like
only threw
20,
20
23.
times.
Yeah, because he's hitting every throw. You don't need to throw more than 20
Anyways, he
times.
played fine against the
You're not
Arizona
Bo
Cardinals.
Nix and he's
That's
to throw it
great.
45 times.
That's great. Lamar had a better game against the best defense in the league.
No, he didn't.
What?
Yes, he did.
No, he
Bro,
didn't.
what are you talking
Lamar
about?
played better. Yes, he fucking did.
What are you talking
Against
about?
a much harder team.
Lamar did not play better than Josh Allen.
Okay. Yeah,
That's a
okay,
crazy
if
take.
you're going to be a stat score
Trevor's-
watcher.
Trevor is so biased.
No, just watch the games. Josh Allen played better.
He played a good
He
second
played
half
better.
against a bad defense. Lamar played a good game against a great defense. That's better.
What?
That's better. That's not hard to follow. That's not hard to follow.
You're hard to follow, brother.
Trevor
That's
just
not hard to
wants
follow.
everything to go
You're
his
not a
way.
leader, brother. You're hard to follow.
Josh Allen played a bad first half and then a very good second half against a bad
Trevor just-
defense. Lamar played
No,
a good game
bro.
against a great defense.
Lamar is not going to have sex with you. Stop, okay? Just stop. He's not going to
In
have
your,
sex.
in your
I'm
dreams,
just
Nate.
talking football. I'm
Nate.
just talking football. I'm just talking football.
He's not going to
I'm
have
just
sex
talking
with you,
football.
buddy.
I think Trevor's the most biased person of anyone on here,
I'm
honestly.
not biased at all.
His
Everything
certain
I said right
teams
there
and
was a
certain
fact.
players, he will support them to the death.
Everything I said right
To
there
the
was a fact.
death.
Josh Allen played bad in the first half. Josh Allen played very good in the second half.
To the death. And Lamar did not play very good at all at any point in that game.
Yeah,
He
right.
played-
He just had
he
400
played good.
yards, right? Yeah.
What? Because he's a
had
running
400
back.
yards.
He didn't have 400 yards.
How many did he have?
Let's look it up.
Let's look it up. Quick math right here. Let's do it.
390, bud.
Oh, good heavens.
Not 400.
He did not have 400 yards. That's
The Ravens
confirmed.
looked amazing.
Confirmed. Did not have 400 yards.
The Ravens looked great. The
If I
Bills
had
did
the
not.
if this was what's that show? Around the Horn, you'd get demoted 2 points for quoting an incorrect stat.
I was rounding.
I just don't. I
You
don't
need
even
to
want-
round yourself out of first and go back to the bench because you're
I
out,
don't even
buddy.
want to be here next
No,
week.
I was rounding. That's allowed.
Whatever happens next week, is Trevor's going to be annoying. If the Dolphins win, he's going to blabble about it all week long and talk about Josh Allen sucks. If the Bills win and Josh Allen plays great,
no,
he's going to be
that's
like,
not true.
two outplayed him.
No.
Josh Allen did nothing.
No.
He was carried. Whatever it is, he's just going to be
Yeah.
annoying.
No, you're
Yeah.
acting. No, that's false.
That's
At the end of
100%
the
true.
day.
I'm gonna watch
That
the
happens
game.
every time the Bills beat the Dolphins. It's like, well, Tua played better, blah blah blah.
No, I'm gonna watch the
Probably.
game, and whatever happens is gonna happen. It's not like the Dolphins have a great defense. I mean, you would think they did after what they did to the Jags in the second half, but
Ooh, do we want to start on that one?
we can talk about that.
We can
game.
talk about the Jags.
Yeah, who was the better quarterback in week 1? Was it Trevor Lawrence or Tua Tagovailoa?
It was
You guys have been
100%.
fighting about it on Twitter all week. Let's hear it.
100%. It was Trevor Lawrence.
There's no way. I will say, even if Trevor Lawrence is a better quarterback than Tua, and even if I'm not even going to say that it's all blamed on Trevor Lawrence, but Trevor was not better than Tua.
He was better than Tua in that game.
No,
Absolutely.
no, not possible.
Absolutely. When you get carried that hard by after the catch, it's crazy. It's so crazy. 71% of his passing yards came after the catch. That's insane. That is crazy.
That's not insane.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
That is crazy.
Well, I feel like didn't like majority of his yards come on like 3 plays.
Yes, he had
Tyreek,
one big pass to Tyreek, and then he had
One-
one or two big
the
passes to
18.
Jalen Waddle.
he had one to A-Chain that was like 50.
Yeah,
So he had like 3 big passes. It was like 200 yards,
No, that's bad math.
isn't it? He
The
had a
one
6.
to Tyreek Hill was about a 30 to 40 yard throw.
No, he
Yeah.
did 8.
30 to 40
I'm just
yard
saying
run.
total. I'm saying total yards. It was 80 to Hill,
Okay.
60 to A-Chain, and like what was the Waddle one?
Okay,
I think
so
that was
like
50.
okay, so
No, I'm
let
just
me
saying.
ask,
I'm not saying
Why-
average catch. I'm just saying.
why do those plays not count? It's called in the huddle. It's executed perfectly. And why didn't Trevor Lawrence do it if it's so easy?
Because he doesn't have the best receiving core in the NFL.
There you go.
Hey, Trevor's also flip flops in this because remember when he used to tag on Justin Herbert for yards after catch all the time?
Yeah.
Now when Tua does it, it's fine.
Well,
It's execute. I never said a bad thing about it. I just said
that's a damn
inflated
lie,
stats.
and you know
I
it. That's a
said
damn
inflated
lie, and
stats.
you know it.
That is.
He
inflated
was
stats.
like every time Justin Herbert
No,
had a big game,
no.
he's
You
a
call me
freaking
Yak
checked
Merchant every week.
No.
Yak merchant, all
No.
this stuff.
No,
Now
I said they were
that's
inflated
what
stats.
Tua does, and he can't.
So is Tua's not inflated stats then?
They are, but I'm not talking about Tua's stats. I'm saying Tua had a better game. He
How?
executed plays better, and the offense was better.
The
I don't
offense
think
was
Tua
better.
played well. but I don't
Again,
think
another
Tua played well.
thing. Tua played a much better defense than Trevor Lawrence did.
Yeah.
And I'm not even putting blame on Trevor Lawrence because I don't think.
Really, because you were earlier this week on Twitter.
Well, I say a lot of things on Twitter. I don't
I
believe
just want to hear
everything.
Trevor Lawrence actually he gets every little excuse in the book.
No, I'm not even trying to make
Yeah, it's
it
never his
crazy,
fault.
Gary.
It's never Trevor Lawrence's fault for anything. He's like the little golden boy with the golden
my
hair.
God.
Kids
It's
names
not
are wrong,
his fault that they lost the game.
but he didn't win the
Second half
game.
was very
He didn't win the
close.
game
Mike
either.
McDaniels,
He didn't get the
Outcoached.
opportunity to win the game, Kerry. How many
37
dropbacks did he have on the last 3 drives? Let's see if he knows. Let's
but
see if he
it's
watched
Two.
the game.
that good.
Two.
How many
Two.
dropbacks?
2.
No, he had 3.
It's close.
2 were sacks, and 1 was a drop on 3rd down by what's supposed to be the highest paid receiver on the team, Christian Kirk. On 3rd down, that would have been a completion for a 1st down and continued the drive.
Zach, I got to ask you something, and I don't mean for this to come off in a certain way, but it's going to sound this way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking this genuinely.
Mhm.
Like, if he's such a good quarterback, like why is it coaching? Is it Doug Peterson? Should he get the blame? But like, why did he throw the ball 7 times in the second half?
Why did he throw the ball 7 times in the second half?
Was it lack of aggression?
Here's what I think it honestly is, okay? And this is going to go into me talking about Doug Peterson. Shout out to Fire and Brimstone. I said I was going to bring it up on the podcast. Doug Peterson said before he came to the Jags that their big problem in the 2017 playoff game is they got too conservative too early on offense.
What?
In his book, okay? I know you don't do research, Kerry, but this is what research looks like. Okay,
I thought
in
it's
his
on
book,
a
he
total.
said that the problem with the Jags, they got too conservative too early on offense against the Patriots in the playoffs. Okay? And then what does he do? We get a 17-7 lead with the ball. We have the ball up 17-7. And we just start, we're just going to run out the clock with 10 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. That's not tenable in the NFL, especially not when you're playing an offense that has Tyreek Hill on it. Tyreek Hill is a one-man explosive play machine. Okay? You can contain him, but you can't stop him forever. And in the first half, we did a very good job at containing him, but you have to expect eventually he's going to have his one big play. Even as shitty as the Dolphins looked in the playoffs last year, guess who had one big play? It was the only play the Dolphins scored on all game. Tyreek Hill. You have to put the pedal to the metal until they're down and out. You can't just try and sit on a 17-7 lead in a league where quarterbacks and wide receivers are so heavily valued. You know the other team's going to be throwing the ball. You know your starting cornerback just got hurt and pulled his hamstring, and we're going to run the ball out? Throw the damn ball. It was conservative play calling, and it pissed me off the entire time. Because here's what the play call sheet looked like in the second half. Okay, we're gonna zone to the left, zone to the right. 3rd and 8, we're gonna try and throw, or we're gonna run a draw play. It was the most annoying coaching I've ever witnessed by a professional football organization. It's so bad.
So
Didn't you live for Urban Meyer?
They got out to that big lead.
Weren't we there for Urban Meyer like 2 years ago?
I stopped watching after like 5 games with Urban Meyer. We were so bad that year.
So they got out to that big lead, and then the Dolphins just couldn't get anything going.
Wait. Before you finish that, we got off that big lead because
I mean, everything. The offense was balanced, I guess.
Trevor Lawrence was cooking in the first half. That's why we got off to the big lead. Because Trevor Lawrence was cooking. And instead of continuing to cook with the quarterback that you just renewed 4 years for, you decide to hand the ball off the entire second half. I mean, that's damn near a fireable offense. In my opinion, that's damn near a fireable offense.
Interesting.
And it's tough to know because they won't be clear about it. And Doug Peterson wants to suck his buddy's dick, Press Taylor. And they're like, we don't know. We're going to be doing, but we're both doing play calling. And that bit him in the ass a couple times because they're getting signals from both of them. And so we had to take timeouts when we didn't need to take timeouts. And then the clock management at the end of the game was dog shit too. Why give Mike McDaniel more time to call a play up to pick up a first down when they're trying to drive into field goal range? Why do it? I don't care if you're like, we want the ball back. I don't care. I really don't. Let the play clock run. Make them have to force the ball down the field, get into position before the clock runs out. Make them use their timeouts. But no, we got to call timeouts, whatever. Their kicker just missed a 42-yarder like 3 drives ago. But no, we're going to call timeouts and make sure they have time to call up the perfect play and get the blocking schemes and everything perfect. So that
was like the longest kick I've seen Jason Sanders make in like 6 years.
Dude, I know.
You cannot count on Jason Sanders for anything.
He misses a lot, dude. That was a big
Him and Jake Moody, dude. Nothing's a gimme with them two.
Jake Moody looked incredible last night, though.
Yeah, he did.
He did his thing.
He was pretty good in the playoffs, I feel like, wasn't he?
But yeah, man, when the Jags were out to that lead, and then the second half, Dolphins started hitting a little bit on those plays. There was a little bit, those shorter plays, the first down runs, the catches and then runs, and they started opening up a little bit. It got kind of weird. It was like, because I thought the game was over at halftime. The Dolphins couldn't get anything going. And then second half, it got weird, and that was a heartbreaker.
Tua gave an incredible halftime speech, they said.
That must have been, I think that was fake. I saw that tweet, but that must have been that was probably the most heartbreaking loss.
Their running game was just,
I don't know. The Titans was pretty heartbreaking.
Doug Peterson, just real quick.
Yeah, the Titans one is bad. How do you lose to Caleb Williams, who throws for 94 yards?
One more thing about about Doug Peterson before we move on to the Titans game. Doug Peterson, how do you come out the day after and you put up 0 points in the second half and come out and call out your defense? How do you do that?
Defense
you didn't score in the second half. You and Press are in charge of play calling.
Defense was terrible in the second half too, though.
Not really.
You're giving up 80-yard plays to Tyreek Hill, Waddle. Hill didn't do anything in the first half, did he? I feel like he had like 20 yards.
He had, I'm not sure how many.
He didn't. I don't think he had a catch like more than like 15 yards, maybe. But second half he went off, and that running game did nothing for Miami all game. So they did get good against the run.
My point is, the longer your defense is out there, the more tired they're going to get, and the harder it's going to be to control what's happening. And when you're going 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out throughout the entire fucking second half, you're going to lose the game.
That is true. It's a true statement.
The longer you keep the other offense off the field, that leaves them less time to score points, actually. So if like we could sustain drives and actually throw the ball a little bit and try and mix up the play calling a little bit instead of handoff, maybe we stand a chance to win that game. But when you don't put up any points in the second half and you're calling out your defense, you had 17 points going into half and you lost 17-20. I think there's another problem besides defense there.
You think he'll last the season, Doug Peterson?
It depends. If he keeps this shit up, probably not.
Son.
Shad Khan was considered firing him at the end of last year, after the way that season ended.
It's true.
Yeah, and the Jags were just in the playoffs. They just got a playoff win.
Third year, right? His third year?
This is his third year, yes.
Only going downhill from there. The fans will not be patient.
Yes. Speaking of that Titans-Bears game, I just want to say, Will Levis, I've been hyping him up all season, off season. I'm still a Will Levis fan. I still believe in him, but he was dog shit. Terrible. That was the worst pick six I've ever seen.
Not surrender Cobra mid play, not
Yeah, he had a couple
That
good
was
runs,
so
couple
funny,
good
dude.
throws. He was terrible, dude.
surrender Cobra mid play is crazy.
I think Mason Rudolph would have won that game.
I laughed about that every time I thought about it that day until I fell asleep.
I kept seeing pictures of it and I was like, damn, that's crazy. Every time I saw it, I was like, damn.
I thought it was fake at first.
I did too. I thought they superimposed like him doing this.
It looks like a meme.
It does.
But, all right. Trevor had some tweet about Caleb Williams playing well. He was terrible.
No, I didn't.
You said he wasn't terrible or something. I don't
said,
know.
don't let anyone tell you that Caleb Williams played bad.
He played bad.
He didn't play bad.
Yes, he did.
Wait, Trevor. He played bad. There you go. I just proved your tweet.
He did not play
I
bad.
told you he played bad.
didn't
Yes,
score.
he did.
They did. Did they score a single point in that game? I
They
don't
did
think
not
they did.
score an
One player
offensive
played
touchdown.
bad?
Yeah.
Does that
If
mean
you
one
don't
player
score an
played bad?
offensive point and you're the quarterback, that's bad. Oh wait, Trevor doesn't care about scoring. I forgot about that point. So it doesn't matter.
No,
to him.
not when we're talking about how one player played. I don't care about scoring.
When it's the
I care about
quarterback,
how
it
one player
matters.
played.
When it's
There's
the quarterback
nothing
over the
you can
course
do
of an
in that game.
entire football game, it matters.
It's a different conversation.
He didn't hit 50% passing. Didn't hit 100 yards.
Gary,
Did he
I
have
don't
a
care. You're
memorable
just
play?
blabbing
He
stats. I
did
can
nothing in
read.
that game memorable.
Okay,
Nothing.
and I'll show you tomorrow. I'm going to put something on Twitter and I'll show you. He did not play bad.
Trevor,
Are you going to show the drop by Keenan Allen, who is washed, by the way? Holy cow.
No, he had his overthrows. He had some bad throws, some bad plays, but he did not play bad.
Yes, he did.
No.
It is getting bad at this point. Trevor
Okay,
is
Gary,
ball
tell me
is
something.
getting
Besides-
ridiculous.
Gary, tell me something that was bad besides stats.
Ridiculous.
Tell me.
He missed a ton of throws.
Okay, like which one? Like what one?
A lot of throws.
Okay, tell me one.
I don't know.
Okay, then just wait until tomorrow on Twitter. I got you.
I'll
You'll
just
know.
watch all the incompletions.
You'll know.
I'll watch all the incompletions he made.
You should.
Trevor, it is getting ridiculous. You can't have so much bias on the show.
I
You
have
can't
zero
be
bias.
biased
Why do I
every
care about
single
Caleb
time,
Williams?
dude.
I have no
Lamar,
bias.
Caleb, Tua, Hurts, every time. You won't say anything bad against
Nope.
them. It's ridiculous.
Gary, I didn't say
I think Caleb Williams is going to be a very good quarterback, but he had a terrible game.
he did not have a
Everyone
terrible
will
game.
agree with that. You're the only one saying he didn't.
He did
You're
not
the
have a
only
terrible
one
game.
right out of all
Maybe he had
America.
a terrible statistical game.
You're the
That's what
only
you
one
watched.
out of there. So you're the only one right out of everyone that watched that game. You're the only one right. You, Trevor, that
Here.
doesn't do anything, is
Let me
right.
tell you something.
You're
I
the
am
only
not
one.
saying that Caleb had a good game. I am saying that he did not have a bad game.
He had a bad game.
No, he did not. He had a bad statistical game. I'll show you more tomorrow. I have some stuff in the works.
All right, we have one person in the entire world, Trevor Scott. Trevor Scott against the
Not
world.
true. You're trolling.
Once
You're
again,
trolling.
bias.
You're
I put
trolling.
out something tomorrow to show that he had a bad game.
Zach, what did you think about Caleb Williams' first game?
It looked like and I don't say this lightly, but this is my honest opinion of his first game as a start. It looked like the moment was a little bit too big for him. He didn't do anything to lose them the game, but that's different from having a good game. He missed a lot of throws, mostly overthrowing his guys.
which is better than not throwing them.
when you would think that, I don't know.
The most hyped
You'd think
quarterback.
that the guy drafted 1-1 wouldn't miss
Titans.
overthrows that often because the
Titans
Titans defense was not good.
It's a decent defense, but it's not great by any means.
I mean the fact that I mean the Titans frankly handed them the football game was kind of wild.
Did you hear what the coach said? He was like, if we just punted on 1st and 10 all game, we probably would have won.
Probably true. Because you had a quarterback that did not play well.
No,
He couldn't score points.
that's correct, Gary. He did not play well, but he also did not play bad.
Yes, he did.
Nope. You're wrong. I'm sorry. You're wrong.
I guess you got to, in Trevor's mind, it doesn't matter if you score or not.
It doesn't when we're talking about how one player played.
What the fuck
That's
is wrong
the
with you,
Carrie,
man?
Carrie, I don't understand how you don't understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, scoring belongs to one player if you're the quarterback.
But we're saying, did John Doe play well? And you're like, scoring. But that's a whole offense. That's a whole team thing, scoring.
Yeah.
Okay,
you can't
I don't
score
wanna
I'm
twice.
just
only
get-
talking about one player.
I don't want to just harp on Caleb Williams this whole time because
He wasn't even the worst rookie quarterback.
no, he wasn't. He wasn't. He wasn't the best rookie quarterback, but he wasn't the worst.
He wasn't. No.
Another person I want to talk about in the Chicago game was Keenan Allen, who looked terrible. He looked slow. He
You
looked.
know he's gained 20 pounds?
Yeah, you could tell.
30. Yeah.
You could tell, and it was all in his hands. He got brick hands now. He can't catch a fucking pass. Good move, Keenan.
Yeah, that was a bit disappointing, but I don't know.
Also, Trevor, I need to tell you something else about one of your biased quarterbacks, okay?
What?
This
This man made some
Allen is
crazy,
a diabetic. It's crazy.
he made some great plays in this game, Trevor. And he has a lot of talent.
Fuck
And-
you. Wait,
He is
Okay.
not there yet. He is not there yet.
not where?
He could definitely be a top 5 quarterback in a couple of years, but he's not there yet, Trevor. I don't care if
About,
he's an
No
amazing
one's calling
player.
him top 5.
You said Anthony Richardson was the best player in the NFL.
Like I said, I say a lot of things.
Dude,
Dude,
wasn't
I get
on
caught
Twitter.
up in the moment. Dude, after that throw, he was like
That's
the
a great
best.
throw.
He was like the best human ever. Like, fuck being the best player in the NFL. He was like the best human of all time in that moment.
He's literally Josh Allen.
That was a phenomenal game to watch.
Josh Allen, but less physical.
Yeah.
Nah, more physical.
No shot, dude.
Ah,
Come
definitely.
on.
Nah.
Can't
Come
that's
on.
That
not
rushing touchdown he had, he pushed like, it was like 4 people. Both of them had a very physical rushing touchdown this week.
CJ Stroud might be the best quarterback in the NFL by the end of the season.
Who?
CJ Stroud, best
No
QB
shot,
in the NFL.
dude. No shot.
There's a shot, all right.
There's no shot.
Oh yeah, there is.
Here's how many shots there are. 0.
Wow. Both
Yeah,
of them-
how about y'all talking about Stephon Diggs sucks? Yeah, he's not top 10. Yeah.
He's not even the best receiver on his team.
I
So
don't, yeah, okay. Call it whatever you want to call it, man. He had
how is he top 10 and not the best receiver on his team?
he had
He had
33
touchdowns.
yards. He had 33 yards.
Okay, he had 2 touchdowns.
Nico had 117. Tank
How
Dell
many
had 40. 2. I'm glad he's a
Nico
goal.
had 0 touchdowns.
I'm glad he's a goal line threat.
Okay, but
I
he's
do wanna
scoring
say-
a touchdown. Oh, what? I thought the point was scoring. Nico didn't score.
Wait,
So
but you
Diggs
can't.
had twice
Wait,
as good of a
Trevor.
game
First
as
off, you
Nico.
can't do that. You can't
I'm
do that.
doing
Go
it.
back
You
and
can't
forth.
change
Doing
your
it.
whole argument when
doing
you
it.
talk about wide receivers instead of quarterbacks.
Nah, if you just
That's
wanna
like
use
saying
it,
that
I'm
one
just
year
gonna use
that
it.
what's his name had Mo Alley Cox. Mo Alley Cox is best tight end in the NFL. He's scored a
Diggs,
touchdown every
Foster
week for
Moreau.
like 6 weeks.
Foster Moreau.
I'll say I did not like the Joe Mixon signing, but he played great in that game.
You'd never like Joe Mixon.
He did play
I
well.
don't. I don't
Well,
like
there's,
people that.
there's pretty decent reasons not to like Joe.
I don't
Mixon.
like people that beat women.
Shout out to Tyreek Hill.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Tyreek Hill. Bro, they better. All I want to say is y'all can't be touching my first round pick like that, bro. Bro, it was thankfully he's all right.
You know what?
Fantasy was
Actually,
great.
honestly, swear to God, and this is not me being crazy. I think the person with the best take on that was Stephen A. Smith.
Stephen A. loves getting into everything. I haven't heard his take, but
His take was the officers were too rough. It was a bad look, and they shouldn't have been that aggressive. Also, Tyreek Hill, when the officer asked you to roll down your window,
And you see how tinted his windows are?
yeah, that's probably definitely illegal.
Yeah.
that's why. Okay, but it's better than getting shot like Ricky Pearsall. Just saying.
What?
It's better than getting shot.
What are you talking
got
about?
mugged.
That's why rich people
He got
have
mugged. He was walking down the street. What are you talking about?
I know, but that's why rich people have tents.
I hope Tyreek Hill gets mugged.
I
one
only
day.
have a tent when I go camping.
What?
That's a good one.
I would say Anthony Richardson getting 212 yards on 9 passes is such a college stat. Like
It's a pretty cool.
that's impressive.
It's
And-
nice, yeah.
Alec Pierce 3 catches, 125 yards.
Yeah.
It's like Randy Moss that one game.
Really? They're gonna be 2 good teams though.
Yeah, but they just lost one of their best corners that game for this season. I forget his name. What's his name? Didi?
I know you're talking about, but I can't think of his name. I don't know.
So we covered every team in the South.
Sure, Zach, I want to ask your take on this one.
Yeah.
Steelers Falcons. What was up with Kirk Cousins? We've hyped up Kirk Cousins. He looked terrible. He
I
couldn't
have
even move.
no idea what was going on there.
Yo,
I don't
saw
know.
somebody on Twitter point out show some film side by side last year, and just the way he's like stepping into, and he's not stepping the way
He
he
doesn't
used
look
to
healthy.
step. I guess they
He doesn't
were
look
saying
healthy.
he's not healthy.
I tell you what concerns me after watching game 1 was do you know how many snaps he took under center in that game, Kerry?
Not sure.
0.
Really?
Which is kind of been his thing throughout his entire NFL career, is that they line up in single back, and then he would either drop back and throw, or he'd hand the ball off or run play action or something like that. Because he's actually pretty good at play action passing, but
Yeah.
I believe they took 0 snaps under center with Kirk Cousins, which makes me believe he is not healthy. Which makes my Falcons prediction basically worthless, because I was going into this assuming, Kirk Cousins is back to relatively normal. Like, he'll be fine. He does not look – his footwork did not look good. I believe they had him doing footwork drills in practice today, which is not a good sign for the starting quarterback going into week 2.
You think
And-
Penix is smelling blood?
Have you guys seen their schedule? They have because they have the Eagles this week, then they play the Chiefs, then they play the Saints, and then the Bucks. So that's 3 really good
I
teams.
mean, there's a
right there.
legitimate chance they start like 1-5, 1-6.
Yeah. They get a rough start of the season. But I want to say TJ Watt was just incredible.
Yeah, he's a game wrecker, dude.
One of the best players in the NFL.
He's a game wrecker. Right
That defense is nuts.
now, I know this isn't an award that defensive players can win, but right now he's my MVP.
Yeah, there was nothing the Steelers offense done that should have won that game. That was 100% the defense.
Yeah, they were incredible, and it was all based off of Watt rushing off that left side of the defense. I mean, he was insane.
They play the Broncos this week. He's going to get his hands full of Bo Nix.
Yeah.
He's going to get his hand. You're going to give him a little something with his hand.
Uh-huh.
All right,
It's double entendre.
Trevor, I want to hear your thoughts on this game because I feel like I never hear your thoughts on these 2 teams. Probably there's a good reason. The Saints blew out the Panthers. Bryce Young, the Panthers look terrible. Derek Carr and the Saints look great. Any thoughts on that?
Let me tell you something about this game. 2 things. First of all, I'm so glad I took Alvin Kamara in fantasy.
Yeah, thanks.
Second of all, there is very limited things in this world that could have been done to make me watch any of this game. I did not watch a single snap of this game, and I don't regret it at all. There was a lot of games.
I watched a couple snaps of this game.
Derek
Just
Carr
a
looked,
couple, though.
Derek Carr looked incredible for once.
He
but it
finished
was
with a very good stat line: 203 touchdowns, only completed like 3 to 5 passes, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but-
the Panthers look like shit, dude.
Yeah, are you guys done with Bryce Young yet?
I'm out on Bryce Young. I'm out on him.
Yeah, because the guy.
Listen. So I heard my take on this, and I was like, what is it about Bryce Young that I just like? I don't like. Like, and I heard I saw a post on Twitter, and I was like, that's why I don't like him, and that's why I don't think he can be a good NFL quarterback. He doesn't have, number one, he doesn't have any impressive physical tools. He's not fast, really. He's not strong, really. He doesn't have a cannon for an arm, really. He's a pretty good processor, I think. But he's playing on a bad team with a poor offensive line, no run game. And even if they did have a run game, it doesn't matter. Because if I'm playing defense playing against Bryce Young, I'm putting 8 in the box every time. Because even if I can't cover all the guys on the field, I have to believe that he's not going to be able to see over the 8 guys I put in front of him. So it's like he's short of stature. He's not extremely gifted athletically. He's a decent processor. He doesn't have a great arm. I mean, it's like.
And
Bryce Young is like going into an NBA season and your best scorer is Chris Paul.
Sure. But like the only quarterbacks under 6 foot that have been good can all run. Like Kyler, like Doug Flutie. Like
Doug Flutie, God.
Doug Flutie's good, man. There's not many quarterbacks under 6 foot. But Bryce Young, it's over, man.
Yeah,
right.
You should go back up somewhere. Back up in Philly, maybe. Instead of Kenny Pickett.
All right, Zach, let's hear it. You were hyping up Sam Darnold last week.
Imagine
Sam Darnold is back.
Give me my flowers, boys. Listen, okay, I literally cannot think of a more perfect situation for a guy that's been tossed around. He went to the Jets. He was at the Panthers, 2 poverty franchises. The last time the Panthers seen the playoffs was Cam.
Yeah.
And then the last time the Jets have seen the playoffs was Mark Sanchez. 2 poverty franchises. And everyone's like, oh, Sam Darnold sucks. Sam Darnold this, Sam Darnold that. And then he starts to show a little bit of a flash with the Panthers. He has a couple of good games where you can see, like, I could see this guy, like, he can throw the ball. Like, he has the ability to throw the ball. Then he lands in a spot, and he spends a year with the 49ers. And it's like, yeah, I think Sam Darnold could win with this team. And then he finally lands in a spot where he's got weapons. He's got a run game. He's got everything a quarterback could ask for. And what happens? He goes out and puts up a career performance. Zane, suck my dick. I don't even think he's listening this episode, but he could suck my dick.
And their defense looked pretty. It was the Giants, but Andrew Van Ginkel was all over the place too.
Well, yeah, I mean, Andrew Van Ginkel, former Dolphin, he was good on the Dolphins. I was surprised they let him go. He's kind of a heartbeat of that team outside of Christian Wilkins.
All right, what do you guys think of the other 2 rookies debut? Bo Nix, Jane Daniels?
I actually got to watch. I watched the whole Bucs game. Like I said, there was not that much entertaining football in the 4:00 window, so I watched the hometown team. The Bucs did a good job of just shutting down that offense, like the whole first half, the whole beginning of the game. But Daniels did a good job at throwing the ball downfield, making good decisions to run, and not turning it over, and just pumping it. So really, the win was never very reachable from the start. But the second half, when he got kind of used to the speed of the game, used to the looks that Tampa was giving him, he started running a lot more, which opened up some passing. And he went down and had a couple scores. His last score was in definite garbage time, but he looked pretty good.
He did look pretty good. I think part of the reason this offense struggled in the first half is they were unable to get the ball to their number one wide receiver, Terry McLaurin.
It was locked
I mean,
up at Bucs secondary.
I don't think anybody's ever going to be able to get the ball to Terry McLaurin. He's just going to be like that for his whole career.
I mean, he's a good wide receiver. You got to find a way to get him the ball. And you saw a little bit of that in the second half. They ran some bubble screens. Just get him the ball. He's an explosive playmaker. Let him do something with the ball. But I think they got to definitely get him more involved in week 2. I don't know who they play, but
Giants.
Yeah.
they're definitely going to get him involved in week 2. He's probably going to explode for 150 yards, 3 touchdowns. But
I feel like, yeah, Daniels is definitely there as a runner already. If he can get there as a passer, he's going to be a very
the only concern I have with Daniels as a runner right now is he's still in the college mindset of like, oh, it's okay, I can take a little contact.
True.
It's like, dude, get out of the way.
Yeah.
The guys in the secondary are bigger than some of the offensive linemen you play with.
Bo Nix, I was so disappointed. It was his first game, but 42 passes for 138 yards. Peyton did not have him throwing beyond 5 yards, and he couldn't even hit that. He had a couple good runs though. I think he led the team in rushing. I think had a rushing CD, but Bo Nix did not look good.
Yeah, he's another guy. He's another guy. When I saw him starting, it's another guy that I think's in a bad situation. There's not a lot of talent on this Denver team. Not a lot of talent on this Denver team.
Yeah, have you guys, either of you heard of Devon Vele?
Yeah, he's my favorite Denver Broncos player.
He had 8 catches in that game. I had never heard of him before. Yes, Sunday.
But you gotta I don't know. Sean Payton's gotta find a way to figure out how to get the ball out of his hands quickly. I don't know if you got to do it like McDaniels does it in Miami and just run a bunch of screen passes, but find a way to get the ball out of his hands quickly. Let your guys, your playmakers, make plays. And if you need to run a couple quarterback runs, just get him in the flow of the game, because it seemed like they couldn't really do anything offensively early, and it looked like it made Bo Nix not quite Sam Darnold seeing ghosts type thing, but a little bit like that. He just didn't look comfortable all game.
Yeah, definitely. But he's in a good system. I don't think Peyton's going to ask that much of him with their offense.
I would hope not.
But all right, let's head to the last 2 games. Rams-Lions, Sunday Night Football. That was a great second half. Pretty boring first half, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really picked up in the second half.
Those adjustments, man.
But the Rams lost pretty much their whole offensive line. Puka's on IR. Is this season already going downhill?
Yes, the season's already going downhill.
Their defense looked great for losing Aaron Donald, though. I will say
it did look pretty good, yes.
They play the Cardinals this week, right? That might be an interesting game.
By the way,
yeah,
I don't know how people get these jobs on NFL Today. I heard some nutbag on NFL Today say, I'm calling it now. Matthew Stafford is going to throw for 460 yards against the Detroit Lions this Sunday night. And I was like, what are you talking about?
Dude, if it don't make sense, it probably makes dollars, dude. Was he verified?
Dude, analysts.
I think so. He's one of the regular hosts on there.
Analysts love Matthew Stafford. Collingsworth already called the throw of the year week 1. Well, Stafford, he had 320 yards, though.
It's not anywhere close to 460.
I guess. But
I mean, the problem with the Rams right now is their defense looked pretty solid against what I consider to be a pretty talented offense in Detroit.
One of the best.
So, I think that definitely bodes well for them going into the future, especially defensively.
And they're young, too.
Yeah. But the offense, I mean, despite the 300 yards by Stafford, I don't think the offense looked all that compelling. Definitely not for the first half, but I don't think the offense looked all that compelling.
But they also didn't have any. They were missing 4 starting alignment. They're missing their starting tight end. They're missing Nakua. They literally had Puka Kupp and Kyren Williams.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Moving forward, what do we do?
Tyler Johnson has a couple good catches, though.
Yeah. But moving forward, what do you do? I mean, I think Stafford's a great QB. But like moving forward, what do? You're going to be still missing those 4 starting offensive linemen. You're still going to be missing Nakua at least until mid-season.
Hunter Renfro's still free agent if he hasn't retired yet. He might be.
He has not retired yet officially. I think it's crazy that he's still a free agent. Honestly,
Yeah, I don't know. He's pretty young too. I don't know, but also I feel like I've hyped this guy up for a while. Jameson Williams finally showing up.
Yeah,
he got game ball. Shout out to J-Mo.
Yeah, J-Mo.
Good threat. All right, let's finish it out. Niners, Jets. I was scared watching that game. I'm like, please, Aaron Rodgers, don't get hurt again in the first 5 snaps. Yeah. How do you think he looked?
How about that rebuild offensive line?
Yeah, they looked so good in the training camp, the mixed practices and stuff. But yeah, they got punched in the mouth last night, and they got up, but they didn't really punch back. So
yeah, I mean,
they're going to be a couple weeks.
I mean, I guess it's still top 3 defense in the NFL. Probably they're going against.
I would say the thing that most disappointed me about this defense was their inability to stop the run. I mean, they got hammered all night.
And it wasn't even McCaffrey, too.
No, it was Jordan Mason?
Yeah, a great game.
He had a great game. He ran hard, and I like the way he ran the ball. But at the same time, it's like, this is supposed to be one of the top defenses in the NFL, and they can't stop the run?
And do we know what happened to Sauce?
He just got sidelined for a few series. That was weird.
Yeah, he just sat out. Very odd.
I think it was. I can't confirm this at all, but I think it was just like a stinger. Like he got hit hard.
It was
during that Debo play.
It wasn't injury related. So I don't know.
I'm saying what I'm saying is even if it wasn't injury related, he might have been hurting from a tackle because he ended up making the tackle on Debo on the play that he ended up coming out on.
He was fighting with people on Twitter, I guess.
Was he really?
I'm a big fan of that. The way that KD fights on Twitter and other
deleting his tweets too.
Argue with fans. I'm a big fan of that.
I do the same thing. I argue with my fans.
I feel Rodgers looked pretty good for me for a guy that hadn't played in that while.
He looked all right.
But
fine.
Something was just off about their that whole offense.
It's probably everyone wearing those stupid blue sleeve jerseys. Terrible. Everyone's like, we have Rodgers on our team. Let's all wear the loose sleeves. I'm Garrett Wilson. I got the loose sleeves on. I'm Sauce Gardner. I got the loose sleeves on. Stop doing that.
I may have been a little jumpy when I put them winning the AFC, but I still think they're going to be a good team.
Maybe a little jumpy?
Well, maybe a little.
Brother.
Let me ask you guys something now that we wrapped up week 1. I put a parlay in for 3 teams just to win outright. Need you guys' thoughts. This is plus 280, by the way. If you want to copy this, you can almost triple your money. I need the Colts to beat the Packers in Green Bay.
Malik Willis is going to cook that defense, brother.
I hope not. I need the Ravens to beat the Raiders at home.
That's easy.
And I need the Steelers to beat the Broncos.
That should be easy.
I'm just saying, if anybody is listening, you can almost triple your money. I think I put $30 on it, maybe 40.
If I send you more money this weekend, will you put another bet down for me?
Yeah, that's illegal, so just text me about it. Yeah.
That was obviously a joke, Trevor. I bet on Prize Picks because it's legal in Georgia.
Prize Picks are real.
Prize Picks in Florida as well, but it's weird.
It's very weird. You compete against other people.
Yeah, it's only certain.
You either have to get everything right, or if you get 3 out of 4 right, you compete against other people to get money back. I don't know. It's odd.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
I
I almost hit the greatest parlay of all time.
I saw it on Twitter. I was rooting for you. Rayola let you down.
It wasn't Rayola that let me down. It was Colorado. They didn't make it a game.
Oh.
If it would have been a game, it would have hit. Put up any points, please.
You know who also looked good in week 1? Lad McConkey on that play he
He
scored.
did. He looked
did, yeah.
pretty good. Yeah.
Where was Josh
Joe
Palmer,
Alt.
Trevor? Josh Palmer did nothing. The most
Yeah,
underrated receiver in the NFL.
Not anymore.
I started
Joe
him in
Alt.
fantasy too.
I like Joe Alt. Big fan of his. He looked awesome. He is a boss out there, dude.
I did like Joe Alt looked okay. No,
All right.
listen, Josh Palmer did well, dude. He had 2 receptions for 15 yards.
Oh, we didn't talk about this game. One last thought on it. Is Deshaun Watson cooked officially?
Yes, he is. Start Jameis Winston.
Also,
Except after week 2. After week 2.
I guess he is. He might get suspended again after now this pending.
No,
race.
they
They
said he was not going to be suspended yet.
Yeah.
That's like the only way out of the contract, right? Is if something
Yeah.
like legal happens. That's terrible, dude. They are locked into him. And they play the Jags this week. Dude, Zach is going to be in shambles if
Lose to Deshaun Watson.
0-2 to the Dolphins and the Browns.
Jackson Clark all over you.
Dude, I will delete my Twitter.
Who do the Bengals play?
Because you know what's going to happen is Jackson Clark is going to be
Chiefs.
mentioning me every 2 seconds for the next 3 weeks. I can't take that.
Shout
I
out to
can't
Jackson.
take that. I don't like that.
He's gonna be calling you short stuff.
I don't know why.
All right, let's do a couple rapid fire and wrap it up. All right, and follow us on Twitter, Beerly Football. See all these tweets.
Wait,
We'll talk about the
hold
show.
on.
Wow.
Before we do rapid fire, you know what gets me firing rapidly?
I don't want to answer this. This kid's my
Is that our new
listening.
sponsor? Viva merch.
Merch. Merch gets me fired rapidly. Look at that T-shirt. Look at its quality. Oh gosh,
It's a
I
poop
could
logo.
eat that shirt up all day long and at night if I wanted to, but I can't because I don't think it's digestible. But you can get yours today for the low price of $24.99. We've got all those beautiful colors you can see there below. We've got. Hold on. We got white, light olive, ooh, banana cream. Jeez. It's going to make my banana cream, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Mauve and gold. So check that out at the Beerly Sports
also-
store. Link is in the description down below.
We didn't mention Trevor choked Beer Olympics and lost.
Oh,
That's
yeah, he
false.
definitely did.
That's
He
false.
choked
That's fake
so
news.
fucking hard.
That's fake news.
How many
It
points
is
did
not.
you have? How many points did you have day 2?
That's fake news.
Fell apart.
That's fake news.
Yeah, what do you got? Trevor, what events did you win? I won beer matching. Shockingly.
You did. I finished second in every event on day 2.
I don't
Did you,
remember.
oh, you didn't win anything
There's a lot
though?
of those videos finally.
Finished second in every
You
event
did.
on day 2.
Trevor, what did you win? You won beer pong, right? I
I
think.
won
He
beer
won beer
pong.
pong.
I won shotgun.
He won
was-
chug.
Second or third in chugging, and I was second and third in beer matching, and I was second or third in swimming.
You were third in beer matching.
I was second or third in chug and second or third in swimming.
You were third in swimming.
And I got
Zane's
fucking-
finished second.
Just clobbered by the refs in beer ball. I was told there was collusion by one of the refs, so I don't know how
yeah.
that affects my legacy, but I just hope it does.
What are you talking about?
Terry told me he was intentionally selling me. So did Jared.
I was. Who else? Jared was playing.
No, in
How
other
was he-
matches, but it's okay.
Oh,
It's
in
all right.
other matches.
It's all right.
Darn.
I finished second in beer ball, finished second in beer matching, finished second on the pool race.
Beer matching
Oh,
was
it's
a hit.
terrible. Pool matching was awful.
Pool matching. We did not play that game.
Pool, whatever it was, I still feel it in my stomach.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
That was a tough one, dude. I almost barfed.
That was rough.
After
Don't
the chug at the end was tough, man. That was the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
It was.
All right, let's do a couple rapid fire to wrap it up. What NFL head coach should have the hottest seat right now? It's got to be Dabble or Saleh for me.
Probably Dable.
Yeah, Dave.
I feel like the Jets fans don't blame Salah. I feel like they don't blame him.
I feel like
Yeah. Yeah.
They need to be disappointing like midway through the year for his seat.
Do you see his comment he made?
His seat's lukewarm for me.
Did you see the comment he made about Aaron Rodgers?
No.
No.
He's like, "Are you sad about the loss?" And he's like, "It's better to be 0-1 with Aaron Rodgers than be 1-0 with without him." It's like, what?
Well, I mean, is he wrong? Actually, Tyrod could win this team a championship.
Hey, well, Aaron Rodgers' numbers were pretty much a Zach Wilson game last year.
No.
Yeah, Tyrod had a touchdown.
Tyrod's goated, dude. He wins everywhere he goes when he starts.
All right, who will be the first quarterback to get benched? I think it's Daniel Jones.
Russell Wilson.
Aiden O'Connell will bring.
He never started,
life
so
to
it's
the Raiders.
technically not.
I mean, he was named as a starter, had an injury. Justin Fields won a game, and now they're not starting Russell Wilson again.
I won't count
He's
it
still
yet.
hurt. He's still hurt.
I was hoping Jacoby Brissett got hurt and Drake May would come in, but don't.
Right.
Now you want Jacoby Brissett as your all-time
No,
QB?
they don't. They're gonna go like 6-11 and be mediocre again.
First quarterback to get benched better be Daniel Jones. Give Drew Lock his flowers, brother.
Or even Tommy DeVito. Bring him back.
Drew Lock's a better quarterback than Tommy DeVito.
I don't know about that.
I do.
Name a quarterback worse than Deshaun Watson.
Bryce Young.
Daniel Jones. Can't say Josh Allen, Trevor.
Bo Nix.
Is Joe Burrow overrated?
Yes. Updated
Starting-
QB rankings for me are coming out tomorrow.
It's
Check that out
starting
on my
to
Twitter.
appear that way.
Mine dropped
At
today.
Bailey Zach.
That way.
Yeah, I saw carries today.
All
I
right,
have to
did
go
you-
back. So here's the thing: I got to go back and watch all 22s for every game and just double check and see what I think about the quarterback play.
Did you guys watch a lot of the Cowboys game?
I watched some of the first half.
What did you guys like Tom Brady's announcer?
No, he was terrible.
Terrible. Trevor?
Justice for Greg Olson.
I had that game on a laptop on mute. I had the Bucks on the TV with the volume on, so I don't know. I didn't even notice.
All right, how about this one then? True or
I will
false?
tell you, Joe Buck and Aaron Rodgers just go together, dude. It's just nostalgic every time.
Oh, look at
Baker better than Trevor Lawrence. True.
False. He's got a better roster.
Baker, baby.
What letter grade would you give Caleb Williams in his NFL debut? D.
C minus.
C++.
What?
All right, last two. Who's the best quarterback here? Kirk Cousins, Jared Goff, Trevor Lawrence, Brock Purdy.
Best
We'll go Goff.
Dude, I'm going to say Brock.
I'm going to say
Best
Brock or
quarterback?
Goff. Goff. Yeah.
Best quarterback. That's tough, man.
Best quarterback?
I think I'm gonna go with Goff.
All right, and then Trevor, what was yours? Was it start bench cut for the Florida ones or best Florida
Oh,
quarterback?
yeah, rank them. Rank the Florida quarterbacks.
Yeah, rank the Florida quarterbacks. I got Tua, Baker, and Trevor Lawrence. Sadly.
My opinion on this has greatly changed.
Yeah, when you had Tua as your top 5 quarterback, like 2
It's
weeks ago.
changed, man. It's changed.
I'm going to put Trevor last. Then just flip a coin for the first two. I don't even care. That's like my dream.
Wait.
Never mind.
You had Baker close to Tua.
Dude, I have Baker pretty high.
You didn't have a top 10, and you had Tua like 4.
No, I had 2 of 5, and that was predicting the entire season. It's different.
All right.
I got Baker higher than Josh Allen right now. I'm just kidding.
Zach?
I'm gonna go. Wait, in terms of what? What do we judge them based on? Are we just ranking them?
Just rank him, man. Just rank him.
All right. Based on what I saw Sunday, I'm gonna go. Based on what I saw Sunday is how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go Baker, Lawrence, Tua.
All right. All right, follow us on Twitter at Really Football. See all those tweets every day of the week, every night of the week, every second of the week. They're always there.
They are always there. You know what else is always there?
Merch.
Merch.
Bro just did this.
Listen, dude. I'm
Ugh,
gonna do it more and more. The more you complain, I'm gonna do it more
I
and more.
guess.
Check it out. Links in the description. Got t-shirts, hats, hoodies, all you could ever want and more at the Teespring store down below. All right, thank you guys for listening, and we are signing off for now. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.